Hey everyone! Welcome back to the channel, and today we've got news that's literally keeping ARMY around the world up at night. Have you guys heard about the shocking confession from the producer of BTS's new album? About Jimin and Jungkook's vocal chemistry being called a magic combination? Guys, this is not clickbait, this is actually happening and the details are absolutely mind-blowing. So make sure you watch until the end because the information I'm about to share is a total game changer for BTS's 2026 comeback. Okay, so here's what happened. After the long wait during their military service, BTS finally confirmed that their comeback album for 2026 has been completely recorded. Now what's making this news absolutely explosive isn't just the album itself, but the confession from one of the producers involved in this massive project. He literally said that the vocal chemistry between Jimin and Jungkook is a magical combination that's never been heard before in BTS's entire discography. Can you imagine that? This isn't just a casual statement, guys. This is coming from a professional producer who has worked with major artists. You guys remember when RM dropped that hint in an interview saying the new BTS album sounds really good? Well, turns out there's way more to the story behind that simple statement. Leaks from Korean music industry insiders revealed that Jimin and Jungkook aren't just regular participants. They literally became the main key in bringing dance, pop, and R&B textures to this album. These two vocalists, who we already know as the strongest vocal line in K-pop, were fully trusted to execute the most complex and emotional parts of this highly anticipated album. Now you might be thinking, Jimin Jungkook's vocal chemistry has been legendary since forever, right? Yes, absolutely. But guys, what makes their collaboration on this 2026 album totally different is the musical maturity they bring after their solo journeys and military experience. Think about it. Jimin, with his insanely successful face and muse, has proven he can handle more mature and deep genres. Then Jungkook with Golden breaking all kinds of world records, showing his vocal versatility from pop to contemporary R&B. Imagine when these two powerhouses combine with chemistry that's been built over more than a decade. The result is going to be absolutely mind-blowing. Okay, this is the most interesting part. The producer, who unfortunately can't be named because of NDA, in a conversation with Korean music industry media, revealed that the recording process with Jimin and Jungkook was a truly transformative experience for him. He said these two vocalists didn't just come to the studio to record their parts and leave. Oh no. They were literally involved in the entire creative process from start to finish. They gave input on arrangements, tried various different vocal techniques, even had long discussions about what emotions they wanted to convey through every single line they sang. And guys, I need to explain what the producer meant by this magic combination. So according to him, Jimin has this vocal quality that's super emotional and expressive. Every single note he sings carries such deep nuance, as if he's telling a personal story. His iconic falsetto and his ability to hit high notes with perfect control gives an ethereal layer to every track. On the other hand, Jungkook brings power and technique that's literally flawless. His super stable vocals with an insanely wide range provide a strong foundation for every song. Now imagine when these two qualities combine. The result is something transcendent, way more than just regular harmonization. Okay, this detail gave me goosebumps. The producer revealed that in several tracks, Jimin and Jungkook recorded together in the same studio at the same time. Guys, this rarely happens in the modern music industry, which usually records vocals separately. Why did they do this? Because their chemistry outside the studio proved to significantly enhance the quality of their performance. They give each other energy, respond to each other naturally, and literally create spontaneous moments that can't even be planned or replicated. Some of the best takes, according to the producer, actually came from improvisation moments where Jimin and Jungkook instinctively responded to each other's vocals. Can we talk about how amazing that is? Now let's talk about the dance pop, which is one of the main genres of this album. Jimin Jungkook's chemistry in this genre literally gives a new dimension. Dance pop requires high energy, but still has to maintain crystal clear vocal quality. Well, Jimin, with his extensive dance experience, understands exactly how breath work and vocal phrasing need to be adjusted to intense choreo. Jungkook, as a main dancer, brings the exact same understanding. When they recorded dance pop tracks, they weren't just thinking about how it would sound on the recording, but also how they would sing this live while dancing. This holistic approach makes their vocals sound more dynamic and super energetic. Then for the R&B parts, guys, oh my god, their chemistry shines in a totally different way. R&B is a genre that heavily relies on nuance, timing, and the ability to play with rhythm. Jimin, with his contemporary dance background and appreciation for soul music, brings a sensibility that's perfect for this genre. He knows when to hold notes, when to add runs and riffs, and how to use dynamics to create tension and release. Jungkook, with diverse musical influences including Justin Bieber and Charlie Puth, brings a modern R&B approach that's mainstream but doesn't lose emotional depth. When their vocals blend in R&B tracks, the result is a sophisticated fusion between traditional soul and contemporary R&B. Guys, this is super important. Another aspect that makes their chemistry so special is the trust they have for each other. At BTS's level, every vocal decision can become subject to scrutiny from literally millions of fans and music critics around the world. But Jimin and Jungkook, who have been together for over a decade, have mutual trust that allows them to take creative risks. They're not afraid to try something different, to be vulnerable emotionally in their performances, because they know their partner will support and complement whatever they do. And this detail is so emotional, guys. The producer also mentioned how their military experience done together further strengthened this chemistry. Spending 18 months in a challenging and pressure-filled environment literally created a deeper bond. When they return to the studio, there's a level of nonverbal communication that's even stronger than before. They can literally feel what the song needs just by looking at each other, can adjust their performance within seconds based on each other's response. The timing of this producer's confession is also super interesting. The BTS album is scheduled for spring 2026 release, which means there's still several months before we can actually hear the results. But the buzz created by this magic combination statement has already made expectations skyrocket. Fans across all social media platforms are starting to speculate about how Jimin-Jungkook's chemistry will manifest in the album. Will there be a special unit song for them? Will they have extended parts in the title track? These questions are creating insane anticipation. From an industry perspective, this confession is also super significant because it confirms BTS's evolution as artists. They're no longer just a group that's powerful in performance and visuals, but also in musical craftsmanship. When an international caliber producer acknowledges the vocal chemistry between two members as something magical, that gives validation to BTS's artistic quality that's often overshadowed by their commercial success. Jimin Jungkook's chemistry in this album also becomes a testament to BTS's vision as a collective. In many groups, internal competition can be destructive. But BTS has always emphasized that their strength lies in unity and each member's ability to shine in their respective roles while still serving the whole. Jimin Jungkook's vocal chemistry is a perfect example of this philosophy. They don't compete for whose voice stands out more, but focus on how their vocals can complement each other to create something greater than the sum of its parts. Guys, when this album finally drops in 2026, there's no doubt that one of the most analyzed and celebrated aspects will be Jimin and Jungkook's vocal contributions. The magic combination mentioned by the producer will be the subject of countless reaction videos, vocal analyses, appreciation posts, literally everywhere. But beyond all the hype and attention, what's most important is that their chemistry will help BTS deliver an album that's meaningful and memorable, that doesn't just celebrate their comeback, but also marks a new chapter in their musical journey. In an industry that often prioritizes individual stardom, Jimin Jungkook's chemistry reminds us about the power of true collaboration. When two artists with extraordinary talent choose not to shine alone, but to elevate each other, the result is something truly magical. And if this producer's confession is an indication of what's coming, then BTS's 2026 album won't just be a comeback, but also a masterpiece that will be remembered as one of their best works. Now let me share something else that makes this whole situation even more fascinating. The producer also hinted that Jimin and Jungkook brought their individual solo experiences into the group dynamic in ways that completely transformed the recording process. After Jimin's exploration of vulnerability and raw emotion in his solo work, and Jungkook's experimentation with mainstream pop sensibilities in Golden, they've both grown exponentially as individual artists. But here's the kicker. Instead of creating distance between their styles, these solo journeys actually enhance their ability to harmonize and complement each other. What's even crazier is that according to some industry whispers, there might be moments in the album where you can distinctly hear the influence of their solo eras bleeding into their group work. Imagine Jimin's introspective, almost melancholic tone from Face mixing with Jungkook's confident, polished delivery from Golden, all while maintaining that signature BTS sound that we know and love. It's like they're bringing the best of both worlds, their individual artistic identities and their unbreakable bond as members of the same group. The producer mentioned that there were moments during recording sessions where he literally had to stop and take a moment because what he was hearing through the speakers was just that powerful. He described one particular session where Jimin and Jungkook were working on an emotional ballad, and the way their voices intertwined created this almost spiritual experience in the studio. Everyone present, from the sound engineers to the other staff members, reportedly got chills listening to the playback. That's the level of artistry we're talking about here. Okay guys, that's it for today's video. I know this is a ton of information, and you're probably even more excited now for BTS's 2026 album. Drop in the comment section your thoughts about Jimin-Jungkook's chemistry and your predictions about how they'll shine in the album. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel for the latest BTS updates, and hit that bell notification so you don't miss our upcoming videos. See you in the next one by ARMY.